You know, intellectual property moves trillions of dollars a year. But if you're a creator, the system can feel, well, completely broken. It's slow, it's expensive, and honestly, it's just incredibly complex. Today, we're going to dive into a project that wants to rebuild that entire system from the ground up. So let's get right into it. This is our explainer on Story Protocol. Okay, let's just start with a really big question. What if your creative work, your art, your music, your writing, what if it could automatically enforce its own rules, collect its own royalties, and track itself across the entire internet? That's the wild idea we're exploring today. So, to really understand the solution they're proposing, we first have to get crystal clear on the problem. The way we manage intellectual property right now, it was built for an analog world, and boy, is it struggling to keep up with the internet. And look, these aren't abstract problems. They hit creators directly. Just think about it. Licensing a piece of work can take months of back and forth. You've got lawyers and agents who, yeah, they're essential, but they act as really expensive middlemen. Rights are scattered all over the place in different countries, creating this legal maze. And then when you finally get paid, those royalty payments can be painfully slow. The whole system is just full of friction. So what if we could just get rid of all that friction? That's pretty much the mission statement for Story Protocol. They're trying to build an entirely new infrastructure for creativity on the internet. At its heart, Story Protocol is a specialized blockchain, a layer 1 for those who know the lingo, and it's built for one thing and one thing only: intellectual property. And let's be clear, this is not just another NFT marketplace for flipping JPEGs. The goal here is way bigger. It's about turning a static idea, like a song or a story, into a living, breathing digital asset that can operate all on its own, globally, right on the chain. And listen, this is no small side project. Story Protocol has raised around $140 million in funding, and that's from some major players, including the big-name venture capital firm Andreessen Horowitz, A16Z. That kind of money tells you there's some serious institutional belief in this vision. Now, here's the crucial part. This is not some theoretical idea in a white paper. Their main network actually went live back in February 2025. The system is up and running right now. People are already using it to register and manage their IP on the blockchain. Okay, so how does this all actually work? What's the secret sauce that makes an idea programmable? This slide really gets to the heart of the whole shift. The old way, right, it's all about static legal contracts. You know the ones, long, sometimes confusing text documents that need lawyers to write them and courts to enforce them. Story Protocol flips that on its head with something they call Programmable IP licenses, or PILs. With these, the rules are written directly into code on the blockchain. It creates a system where permissions and payments are just automated. So let's walk through how this works. First, a creator defines the rules. Can someone remix my song? Can they use my character in their own comic? Second, they lock in the royalty splits. Maybe the original creator gets 10% for every use. Third, and this is the absolute game changer, payments are automated. The moment a condition is met, bam, the royalty is paid out instantly. And finally, it makes it super simple for other people to legally build on your work by creating clear sublicenses. Now, the technical magic that makes all this possible is a standard called ERC 6551. So think of it like this. A regular NFT is like the paper deed to a house. It just proves you own it. ERC 6551 turns that deed into the house itself. But it's a smart house with a built-in property manager. It can automatically collect rent, pay the bills, and even own the furniture inside, all by itself. And this idea of programmability, it becomes incredibly powerful when we start talking about one of the biggest challenges in technology today, artificial intelligence. Okay, this is where things get really, really interesting. Right now, there's this huge, messy debate about AI models being trained on creative work without permission or paying for it. Story Protocol offers a direct solution. If a dataset of images is registered on-chain and an AI model uses it for training, the protocol could automatically send a royalty to the original creators. The same thing could happen if an AI generates an image with a specific character, or an AI tool remixes a song. It creates a transparent, automated value chain from the ground up. So, look, the vision is incredibly ambitious. But like any new technology, there's always a massive gap between what's possible and what's actually practical. So where does Story Protocol really stand today? Well, on one side of the coin, the certainties are pretty solid. The network is live, its native token is out there, the financial backing is real, and the tech focus is sharp. But on the other side, you've got some major uncertainties.
Mass adoption by mainstream creators? Nope, not yet. We don't have public data on large-scale royalty payments, and the whole legal and regulatory landscape for this stuff, well, it's still being figured out.
And that brings us to the key risks, which are all kind of connected. First, and this is the big one, is adoption. Will creators and companies actually leave the old systems behind to use this? Then you have regulation. The legal world is still playing catch-up. And of course, there's competition from other projects trying to solve the same problem. And for anyone getting involved, the value of the network's token itself, well, that's not guaranteed.
This quote really just brings it all home. In blockchain, the infrastructure is worth nothing without real users. You can build the most beautiful, elegant system in the world, but at the end of the day, its value is decided by the people who actually show up and use it.
So Story Protocol has built the roads, the bridges, and the rails for a whole new creative economy. The infrastructure is here. The only question that's left is, will anyone come? And that's the answer we're all going to be watching for.